At the halfway point of GCL round one, it has been a very intriguing halfway point talking points here, because all of a sudden the top teams have found themselves really struggling. The likes of Stockholm Hearts, again, not living up to their expectation. The championship leaders, the Shanghai Swans, having multiple fences down. Ben Mayer finding life difficult. Christian Allman finding life difficult. And all of a sudden it's up to the Prague Lions and New York Empire to go on and take the provisional lead. It's been an outstanding start for them. Let's jump straight into it. The Prague Lions, as mentioned, now the best performing team from Global Champions League round one. A lot of interest around Thibaut Spitz as the young Belgian continues to impress. And once more, Fernando Martinez Soma jumping well with just a single fence down. They lead on 4. Let's then hear from Prague Lions.
Thibaut, first to go clear here in Cannes. How did you find the course? How do you analyse it?
I think it was quite a tricky course. I think there was a lot of curvy lines. So I think if you rode it good, it could feel easy. But then if you once land too much to the left or to the right, like a whole line, you could be in trouble. So I think you had to ride it well. Yeah.
Fernando, as he came out after 4 faults, looked frustrated. But then when you look at how other teams are going, 4 faults for the team's a very good position to be.
Yeah, I haven't really followed it so far. But okay, of course, we always go for our own results. And okay, I think Fernando maybe didn't really have the rounds he wanted to have. But okay, I think that's more what he was frustrated for than yeah.
Any changes for round 2?
I'll stick with Impress. I think Fernando will change to high 5.
Thibaut Spitz giving us an indication as to what may come for the second round for the Prague Lions. They currently lead on 4 penalties, just in front of New York Empire on 5. Razorback International, by the way, find themselves in 3rd place. They held on to that 2nd place right until the very end before New York Empire snatched it away. They came home on 8. And according to Christian Kukuk, perhaps a score of 8 on this track might not be so bad.
Christian, a very strong start for you, but for the team, not the best round. How did you view it?
Yeah, I'm very happy with my round. I didn't talk to Marco yet, actually. Well, it was a little bit unexpected to down. But honestly, I've competed a few times here in Cannes, and this is definitely not over after the first round, that's for sure. A tough second round coming, and if we could keep the 8 points, I wouldn't be surprised if we could still be able to go on the podium, so it's not over.
Ludger, looking on, looked a little bit bemused. Has he said anything to you yet?
Yeah, he was happy with my round, and he just said that the horse from Marco was a little bit shy here, you know. It's very different to Madrid, where we had all the space to warm up the horses and the ring was huge, and here it's a completely opposite. We have a really tiny warm-up, and probably the horse needed a little bit to get used to it, and he didn't feel super comfortable and was a little sticky. That's why he maybe had number 2 very early down. But it should get better now. He jumped now 1 round and he finished actually very well, so I'm very positive for the second round.
Good luck for that.
Thank you.
That is a very interesting admission from Christian Kukuk, suggesting that if Razorback International were to jump well in round 2, and by that I'm sure he means a double clear, perhaps then a score of 8 may well still get you onto the podium. That's how difficult perhaps things have been here in GCL round 1, that even a score of 8 could be a podium finish come the end of the night. As he pointed out, a wonderful clear from himself on Shah George, with 2 fences down for Marco Kutscher and Aventador, puts Razorback International now in 3rd place. Let's bring you up to speed as to what the standings look like. We're talking about Prague leading. We're talking about New York Empire coming in late. We're talking about Razorback International in 3rd. This is how it stands now. As it is, the Prague Lions find themselves in 1st place. They currently lead on only 4 penalties. New York Empire on 5 and Razorback International on 8 penalties. The Basel Cosmopolitans find themselves on 8 penalties as well. So those are the teams that currently hold on to the rankings now at the provisional halfway point. And as we pointed out, take a look at that for the Stockholm Hearts, for the Shanghai Swans, for the Monaco Comets. There have been fences falling all over the ground And because of that, some very high scores being registered at the halfway point. We spoke a lot about the Stockholm Hearts, powered by H&M We Love Horses, at the start of the afternoon. The fact that they find themselves very far down in the standings at stage 5 here. We spoke to Marlon Bayard-Jonsson, we spoke to Inigo as well. They told us that a very, very strong performance is needed from the Stockholm Hearts, and unfortunately they have not been able to deliver that performance just yet. Let's hear from Marlon Bayard-Jonsson about that round 1 performance.
Marlon, it's a very twisty course, it's quite a technical course. How did you find it and how did Indiana cope?
Well, she ended up great actually. It was a big, he asked a big question from me in Indiana today because we've been jumping small classes, having it fun for the last couple of months, you know, nice and easy, and we got in there and it was, you know, it's a hectic warm-up. She's so on fire and it's hard in there, but you know, she ended up jumping great, so I'm super happy.
We spoke earlier in the weekend about staying out of 17th position. It's very much advantage Stockholm Hearts. But obviously you won here last year. It's a very hard place to defend a title.
Well, every place is a hard place to defend a title, that's for sure, because it's really, really hard to win. But, you know, we have another round and we're going to fight our hardest.
Best luck.
Global Champions League round 1 continues here tonight in the city of Cannes, stage 5, live on the French Riviera. As it stands, Prague Lions lead on 4. We are about to start the second half. The Istanbul Warriors come out 10th. Let's go and see if they can chase down the Prague Lions, who lead on 4.